card! A card! My kingdom for a card! Lali-ho, everyone, and welcome to Let's Play Yu-Gi-Oh! The Duelists of the Roses. I'm gonna quickly hit the start button before that plays again. This game is a very interesting title for the PS2, which I am have connected to official hardware here. Have connected to my HDMI converter, to an HDMI switch, to an HDMI splitter, to my PC, and it's it's a massive thing here, but hey, it works. So, we're going to start. As you may have noticed by the intro, this game is a very, very different way of playing Yu-Gi-Oh! We'll get into that. The British Empire in the 1480s. The Wars between the Wars of the Roses, a power struggle between the houses of Lancaster, the Red Rose, and York, White Rose, to decide a royal successor, was nearing an end. With the Yorkists well in the lead, the reign of Richard III was but a step away, and in France, Yugi, or Henry Tudor, was the last of the Lancastrian heir, was forced to live a life of exile. Please misread that, it's okay. The Lancastrian forces were rendered powerless by the ancient cards of sorcery wielded by Seto and his 7 followers, who, known as the Rose Crusaders, served under the flag of Lord Crawford, a powerful Yorkist nobleman. Lacking a duelist to champion their cause, defeat was imminent for the Lancastrians. In England, duel card games were still in the fledgling stage. Thus, the Lancastrians had to look elsewhere for a duel master capable of facing the Rosencreutz in battle. With this in mind, Margaret Mai Buford of Lancaster secretly requested a high druid to summon the duelist from another age. And that's why the clouds we're falling into Stonehenge. Because that makes sense. Oh! Summoned from the mystic circle of red and white roses, the one capable of harnessing pure power. There was truth to the legend of a rose duelist. Lady Margaret, I did it! Now we have the means for defeating the evil forces of Rosencreutz. Oh, my apologies. In my excitement, I had forgotten I was in the presence of the rose duelist. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Simon McMorrin, High Druid and servant of Lancaster. May I be so bold as to ask the name by which the Rose Duelist would like to be known? Of course, you may have my name. And missing a letter here. There we go. I ended my turn because that was EDT is the end button. Hellblades, a fine name indeed. Now, here's the situation. The year is 1485. You are currently in Stonehenge, near Salisbury, England. The British Empire is in turmoil, with the House of Lancaster's rightful claim to the throne being challenged by the Yorkist usurpers. The power struggle is referred to as the War of the Roses, a name based on the badges used by both sides, a red rose for Lancastrians and a white rose for the Yorkists. Right now our kingdom is threatened by the Yorkists and their wrongful claim to the throne, all because the Yorkists enjoy the support of the Rose Crusaders and their sorcerous white rose cards. Using our red rose cards, we summon you, Hellblades, to this day and age. We hope that your dueling experience would defeat the Rose Crusaders and lead us to victory. You will help us? Of course you will. Foolish of me to even doubt where your loyalties lie. Rumor has it only the legendary Rose Duelist stands a chance against the power of the Rosicruce. We appreciate any help you will provide against them. And before I forget, I should warn you that the rules of dueling differ here from those of your age. Okay, one problem with your mission here. You summoned a person to be a master duelist, and then the dueling rules are different. In England, dueling is governed by what is known as the perfect rule. In addition to several minor distinctions, there are two major differences. One is the existence of movement and more positioning. The other is the deck leader concept. We'll get to those. I'm not going to do the tutorial, by the way. It's not worth it. I can explain things when we get to the game. These are the two aspects of dueling that were lost in the process when the ancient sport of duel monsters was adapted to card form. The perfect rule represents these lost rules that were miraculously revived here in England. Perhaps a practice duel will serve better than an explanation. Shall we? Nah, I'm good. Thank you, though. First, Hellblades, you must select a deck to duel with. It's important that you feel the vibrations of a deck leader, the minute resonations that ring true to your soul. The cards themselves draw their power from the energies of the ancient ones. The deck leader acts as the intermediate between the ancient ones and the deck leader. Hellblades, it's essential you select a card leader whose rhythm matches the stirrings of your soul. There are several decks from which to choose. Give it some serious thought and make your selection. Choose carefully, for the deck you select will guide the destiny of your duels. Now, your deck leader can be one of these three: Maiden of the Agua, Aeronite Parsheth, or Wolf Axewielder. So you have the average summon level. They all have just under 4, but the highest one is Aeronite Parsheth. But the downside with Aeronite Parsheth is the, spread. See, the one with the lowest deck, average summon level, has the most consistency. It's all water and dark, and all Agua and Sea Serpents. Very consistent deck. Wolf Axewielder is kind of a little bit balanced in between them. Oh, no, actually, that has the lowest one. Anyway, that one's a better deck than that one, I believe, but I'm still going to go for Aeronite Parsheth. I actually like the monsters in this deck, and the setup of this deck is great to start with. I'm going to grind to get better cards pretty quickly, but I'm going to start with Aeronite Parsheth. I see you've slipped your deck. So that's the effect of the Celtic. Is it Celtic or Celtic? I think it's Celtic, isn't it? I'm going to say Celtic. I'm going to piss off a bunch of people. I'm sorry about that. Red Rose cards. Looks like there's some truth to the rumor that the Red Rose cards are capable of time transformation. Who's there? It's been some time since the Battle of Barnay. It's Barnay, isn't it? It's probably Barnay. Barnay, old. Rosencruz, what brings you here? Only a member of the Rose Crusaders may call me by that name. If you may recall, I told you once before that you may only address me as Sentinel. Or does your memory fail you all now? And you must must be the dreaded Rose Duelist. I must admit, there's a certain aura of power emanating from you. I believe an introduction is in order. I am Seto, leader of the Rose Crusaders. There are members of our little group who prefer to call me by the name of C. Rosencruz. I also forgot to mute that. Hopefully that wasn't echoing too much. I'll ask you again, what brings you here, Seto? Mind your manners, old man. What else would bring me here? I've come for the Red Rose cards. After all, it was you who showed me how the summoning capabilities would evolve when the Red Rose cards are combined with the transport powers of the White Rose cards. You aren't thinking of attempting the forbidden rose summoning? If so, the Red Rose cards must never fall into evil hands. Card sorcery taps into the powers of the ancient ones. By their very nature, each card is a double-edged sword that can cut both ways. The rose cards alone harness tremendous power. There's no telling what horrors one might unleash to the world by combining both red and white. I will sacrifice my own life if need be to prevent any from uttering the spell of doom. The spell of doom. Fool. The 16 red and white rose cards grant power over all. Druid legend is twisted the true meaning of these cards. We Rose Crusaders have sworn to create a utopia, free from the ravages of war. We intend to accomplish this with the power of the cards. And we shall do so by extending the rule of Richard III throughout the known world. By the way, it was clever of you to form a circle of red roses within the White Rose barrier to summon the Rose Duelist. But you are foolish to come alone. This area is surrounded, and if you wish to leave with your life, you will do so only by handing over the Red Rose cards. Me? A fool? What about you? Are you fool enough to actually believe the Red Rose cards would remain here in my possession? Right after the summoning, I had the cards dispersed among our best duelists to keep them from your tainted hands. Then you leave me but one option. I shall entrust the aid of your precious Rose Duelist. Take leave of your senses. And you speak too soon, old man. Heed my words, Duelist. If you wish to return to your proper time period, you will require 16 cards of the red and white roses. The red and white positions must be laid out in reverse to the summoning order. In reverse of the summoning order to send you home. You don't spell? Since you need the 16 rose cards just as much as we do, I propose a partnership. Help us gather the cards, and I shall guarantee your return after we've achieved our ultimate goal. An absurd proposal! Do you think that the Honorable Hellblades would even lend ear to your ridiculous proposal? Can you be so sure, old man? Let me see. Simon's side has 8 of the red rose cards, while my side, the Rose Crusaders, has possession of 8 white rose cards. As the numbers are even, simple arithmetic indicates you could side with either of us. But I'm sure you'll take into account who's winning this war. After all, who was desperate enough to summon you in the first place? I think it's quite clear which side is better positioned to send you home. Hellblades! Heed not the words of this power-hungry lunatic! Simon, must you resort to name-calling? I'm hurt. I'll tell you what. Why don't we leave the decision to our dear duelist? After all, Simon, the duelist's future is not for us to decide now, is it? Well, yes, but... Splendid. In keeping with the tradition of the old temple gardens, I offer you a choice, duelist. Here are 2 roses. The white represents me, and the red for old Simon here. For the sake of justice, choose the red rose! Stand by my side, duelist. Choose the white rose. So, I will be doing both of these, because this game's relatively short when you have a good deck. But we're going to start by joining the Lancastrians, because I want to build my deck there. We'll get into that in a moment. But I'm going to start on the side with the Lancastrians. I'm going to choose the red rose. How disappointing. Oh well, you made your choice and I respect that. For now, I will guarantee your safe passage until you've met with you. After all, I don't want our little game to end too quickly. That wouldn't be sporting. I look forward to the day we meet again, Duelist. Until then... How nice of him just to let us leave. French Empire, Brest. Isle of... I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. It vanished before I could get a good look at it anyway. Maids, I present Prince Yuki, last Prince of Lancaster, a true Welshman, and the hope of we who call ourselves Celts. Probably Celts, and I just screwed it up, but that's okay. I'm just gonna go with it. I'm sorry if I make anyone mad. My lord, may I present Hellblades, the Rules Duelist. You serve us well, Simon. My mother was wise in summoning you from Scotland. You honor me, sire. Duelist, I am Yugi. Actually, Henry Tudor is my name, but I find it tiresome. You may call me Yugi. I'm sure Simon explained our situation, but it's only right that I request your services myself. I need you to return to England and put an end to the threat of the Rose Crusaders. Their white rose cards form a barrier that prevents my armies from setting foot on British soil. Although we Celts have the red rose cards, we are but inheritors who are unable to wield their full power. In hopes of reversing our fortunes, we gambled on a druid legend that spoke of the Rose Duelist. According to the same legend, one must use a deck whose cost is lower than their opponents to capture a rose card of another color. I believe that it is important to keep this in mind. The cost of your deck shall exceed the cost of your opponent's deck. I would like you to note that our resources have been pressed to the limit, requiring us to invade England by August. My troops will land in Milford Haven, Milford Haven, Wales, and march on the face of the enemy at Bosworth Field. Wait, if there's a barrier preventing you from setting foot on the soil, then how would you do that? Having all the Rose Crusaders out of commission by this time would be ideal, but as that might prove difficult, any reduction of their force would be appreciated. Right then, let us part company and reunite in Bosworth. Simon will show you with the details as to where and when we'll meet once more. And we're back on the ship. And here we are. So our first little area we can go to. We have two people. We can fight. We can go fight Weevil Underwood, or we can go fight Rex Raptor. And that's Stonehenge. We can't go back there. And we're currently at Milford Haven. You also have options down here. You can save. You can go to the options menu. Options only has two things: display and abbreviate for monster battles. I'll leave it on display for now. I will be changing it to abbreviate, more than likely. And we can see our deck. Our deck's not really anything special. Notice down here, if I can... That's right, D-pad controls this. Down here, deck cost is $8.22. And Weevil's is $8.54, so we're good to battle him with this deck. So you're the legendary Rose Duelist. Prepare to face the sting of my insect deck. Yeah, anyone who knows Weevil Underwood, he runs a bug deck. Now, he has an interesting strategy. Each of these characters have very interesting strategies that are unique to the base of this game's kind of playfield. So, you have the playfield here. It is... how many spaces? 7. 7 by 7, I think. Yeah. 7 by 7 playfield. Each tile has a different map. So this is a lot of forest, a little bit of wasteland. The wasteland is to give you a safe haven in the middle of the forests, because forest buffs bugs. Oh, we have mountain. Good, we drew mountain to start with. I don't need these two. I want him, but I don't need these two. I might need Master. What's that? Master and Expert. I might need him. So let me do this. So I'm burning through things here. So I moved my deck leader. Your deck leader is where you act from. So you can play cards from your hand around your deck leader. And also, if you, in order to attack directly, you have to actually have a monster card next to the enemy deck leader. Otherwise, you can't reach them. So when you activate your hand, you can play multiple cards from your hand to try to fuse them. Kind of like if you played the Forbidden Memories, it works that way. A similar way, at least. There are some fusions that don't work here from Forbidden Memories, like Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon. Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon doesn't work the same way it used to. You could make a Thunder Dragon and just fuse another dragon to even make a Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon. I think you actually have to have 2 Thunder Dragons to make that work, and I haven't tested that. But either way, I'm just gonna fuse these cards to get rid of them. The last card you choose, if it doesn't fuse with the previous card, is the last one, is the one that's actually placed. And all cards are placed face down. So, like, here, I'm gonna do this to get rid of Key Mace and Lunar Queen, whatever her name is. Now, they fused. They became Dark Witch. Yeah, Dark Witch. Oh, they fused. Okay, that I wasn't expecting. Not what I was hoping for, but I can make use of that. I was trying to save Master and Expert for a different fusion. That's better because it's powered up by Forest. But it's fine. This will be a good defense card for now. Move up to the side, and we'll end our turn. Now, Weevil makes his whole goal is to do 2 things primarily, but he has one thing he does in order to set up those 2 things. So he plays cards and he makes a barrier, like a area that you can't get near him, and he has an area. He'll move Basic Insect here. He'll move his leader here because he wants to place a Cocoon of Evolution here on the side, in order to make Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth. Now, every turn you get 3 Summoning Stars. You may notice I have 3 now, and I used up the ones I had, so I have to wait for them to build up to be able to place something. You don't have to tribute, but you have to build up your summoning power. So, in order to... what I'm going to do is I'm going to place Mountain on the ground here, because it doesn't require it, it's Magic Sword. In order to use a Magic card, you have to select it and then flip it face up. And I want to move it forward 1 space as well. This will let me place the mountains up here, and I'll show you what that looks like. So I'm changing the terrain in a diamond pattern, 2 spaces away in all directions. So now the center of the map is now mountains, which powers up most of my cards, but not all of them, like Nekagal here doesn't. Nekagal requires Field, I think, but Anyway, I'm going to leave Nekagal there, because if you get within 2 spaces of one of his cards, they come after you, and I don't want to do that. See, he's going to stop that card there. And that's where he leaves that card. Actually, I think he usually leaves it there. Yeah, that is where he leaves it. He leaves one there, and he leaves one there, I think. And he'll create, like, a 3-block thing there. Anyway, what's next? Okay, I can place Orion down. Orion is one of my key characters. Like, Orion the Battle King is my strongest base power monster. I will, however, get rid of these so I can get this out. Yeah, that's fine, I don't care about that. Just trying to clear out my hand. Oh, they're great, they fused. Oh, goodbye, Punished Eagle. Yeah. The problem about doing that is you have that happen sometimes. That's what it is. It's just to clear out my hand anyway, so it's not a problem, it's just annoying. If I get another bird, I'll fuse that in the Master and Expert. He's already gotten... oh boy. Okay, so we're gonna have to speed this up quick. There's Cocoon of Evolution. And he merged it with one of the worm monsters, and it became Cocoon of Moth. So I have 5 turns to go kill that thing. Okay, I can summon that. this should be strong enough to fight most things. I'm going to see if I can go ahead and attack that. Next turn, I will place Hoshigan down, most likely. Now, usually you can only move one space. However, if you're on a terrain where you get a bonus, and you're moving your face up, you can move 2 spaces. That's actually why he attacks you when you move 2 spaces, so... yeah, okay, I'm going to come in and destroy that. Now, this is the battle scene. Like I said, I'm going to leave this on for a bit. Of course, the terrain is mountains, so we're in the mountains. I just sealed that bug away. How hilarious is that? Alright. I'm gonna keep Nikagal next to... well, no, actually I'm gonna keep Master and Expert next to me. I'm gonna move Nikagal up. Alright. Well, as long as it's not Man-Eater Bug, we're okay. He does have a Man-Eater Bug, by the way, and it's nasty when you run into it. Alright. I'm gonna place this down. I don't want to use that just yet. Okay, that was not a monster. That was either a magic or a trap card. If you attack a magic or trap card and it doesn't activate, you destroy it instantly. Now, you also may notice I have 4 monsters on screen. Like, I have 4 and then 0 over there. You have a limit of 5, so if you place a 6th one, it immediately shatters. Now, he has some trap cards that can be very bad for me to run into. Hopefully, he doesn't have one of them. Okay, he didn't use it. Now, I've gotten to him. That might provoke him to get the heck out of dodge. I'm also going to place Tears the Mermaid here, just in case. I'm going to switch Nekagal to defense. And Master and Expert can stay there for now. I'm not going to flip him just yet. I want to wait to flip Hoshigan. I provoked him to move up. I wanted him to move and destroy his cocoon. Okay, Rose Spectre of Dun's down. 25. How much attack power is Orion got? How much he got? 23. I can kill it if I flip Hoshigan. I'm trying not to have to, but I may have to. Okay, clear the hand. Okay. 1400. I can't quite kill you with Spirit of the Heart, but... Alright, let's hope it's not a Man-Eater Bug. Oh no, is that infinite dismiss? Oh no, it's negate attack, okay. That's actually kind of worse. I can't look at my cards again. He's gonna place another card my way, yeah. Okay, it's a monster card most likely because he tried to fuse them. Okay, I figured that might be Dungeon Worm. We're good though. 2000 defense means I'll be defended against it. But we'll show this off too. I think it's massive. What kind of a sound effect was that? But wait, it didn't destroy it because that was in defense mode. Why are you destroying it? That's not how that works. Oh wait, was I in attack? Did I forget to turn to defense? Oh, fudge. Quaggar Hercules. I was trying not to have to flip Poshigan so early. Yeah. Okay. There's my other Orion, but I need my other buff for him to be useful. Alright. This is why I try to burn through my deck, because there's very specific cards I need to be able to deal with Weevil. The problem I have is he summoned Cocoon of Moth so soon. Don't ever do that again. Oh, that's not good. So after it does that, it's going to be Pupa of Moth. At this point, I'm not going to be able to stop him spawning a moth. Okay. Please tell me I got something. I did not. Okay. This battle is probably going to be Fubar at this point. Unless I can do enough life point damage by attacking his weaker monsters. But then we have 4,000 HP, it's not likely. And I'm going to skip this. So, we've already seen Nekagal's attack. I'm just going to go ahead and skip that. And we've also seen his attack. He might actually destroy her. Just to get rid of her. It still has 2,000 HP. That's not good. I've got to clear out my stack. I don't need any of this. Yes, I know it's my maximum number of monsters. So I can show that off anyway. So play 6, it just shatters. It's gone. Now I have a problem. I don't have anything that can stop Perfectly Ultimate Great off this stack. The only thing I can do now is to try to take him out by... Okay, there's Bright Castle. Let's buff this. Bear Trap. Well, okay then. Also, no point in me not doing this. It's not gonna matter. Perfect Ultimate Great Moth has a really mean effect. So, every turn it's in defense, it lowers the enemy's attack power and defense power by like 200 points. So that's what he does. He just keeps Perfect Ultimate Great Moth on the side there and lowers your attack power until he can kill you. It is effective and a jerk thing to do. Garvis is what I was trying to make earlier, so it's powered up on Forest because it's a pure beast. Very good thing to have. I can do almost a little over 1,000 damage to him by attacking him with Orion. We've already seen Orion's attack. 900 more points. I can still beat him. If he attacks Garvis, I might have this. I know he's not going to attack Orion. Did he just... Oh, you're a trap card, aren't you? No. Why would you do that for me? Well, okay, if he's just going to give me the win, I'm not going to argue with it. We'll watch this one because it's the last hit. Seal him away, Orion. So over the top. And the battle is over. So after battle, you get to run a roulette to pull things that are in your opponent's graveyard. And you can time it. Basic Insects. Basic Insect was his starter monster Pokemon. Cocoon of Evolution. Okay, that's all fine and dandy. Now, I have a spoiler alert. I have been grinding on this game previously. Setting up for this. No, I lost! This can't be happening! So we get the White Rose card. Now, this is the only thing I have done on my saved file. I've beaten Weevil. I've beaten Weevil a lot of times. See, Weevil has a monster we got to see in action. I wanted that monster. I have that monster. And because I've already done the grinding, I'm just going to back out and load. Everything else is basically the same. Now then. I still chose Air Knight Parashith, although he's not my deck leader at the moment. It's Orion. So, I will show off this deck. Is this deck any good? Probably not. But, so my deck leader is now Orion the Battle King. Now, in order to make a deck leader, they have to get a rank. As you noticed, they're not commanders in CO for most cards. But you get ranks by using that monster in battle. The more enemies that monster kills, the higher rank it attains. So the only ones I have that are ranked are Orion, and now it's Orion the Battle King. Any card I get that's Orion the Battle King will be this rank. And Air Knight Parashith, who was my first one. So I started with Air Knight Parashith, who was a second lieutenant. He has no leadership ability because he's second lieutenant. Orion the Battle King is now first lieutenant, so now he has increased strength for same type friendlies. It only affects them when they're inside your summoning circle. So that means that as long as they're next to me, they're a little bit stronger. It's really good for protecting you. So that's how that works. Now we're going to go through our deck. I do still have a lot of cards like Key Mace that I don't really use it for its effect. When it's flipped face up, it shifts everyone's defense. That can be useful. Hoshinigan I still use for its effect. Petite Dragon, Moon Envoy, Judgment Hand, Director of the Throne, all these are kind of filler cards, because I don't have anything better at the moment. Master and Expert is good for Garvis, as is Silverfang. Faithbird, Mavelus, and Kurama, Peacock, those are also for Garvis, in the event I need him. He's a pretty decent 2000 attack power fusion, so pretty easy to get out. Orion the Battle King and Air Knight Parashith are my primary attackers. They're both rank 5, they have 1800 and 1900 respectively. They're definitely better cards, especially nowadays, but for pure attack, they're great. Now, I also have 2 Petite Moths and a Needleworm in here. Those are usable to create my cocoon. And then I have the White Dolphin is just another card I need to work out, but he has a low cost, so he can stay in the deck. Low DC is important, as we've discovered, or well, as we've mentioned. So having a low DC cost for a monster I'm just going to toss out of my hand, it's pretty good for milling your deck. Mountain is good for setting up for my fairies, you know, my Air Knight Parshith and Orion. Goblin's Secret Remedy is just a healing item, and it's a low DC cost. Winged Trumpeter is a card that you start with that I didn't get to show off. It basically is a magic card that does what Hoshinigan does. As soon as it's activated, it buffs all light type, I believe. All fairy. It buffs fairy, Hoshinigan buffs light. Then Silverbow and Bright Castle are both, you know, one's fairy, one's light. Since my main attackers are both fairy and light, it's perfect. Cocoon of Evolution. I have 3 of those. Now here's the actual effect of it. Changes Larva Moth, Petite Moth, Caterpillar, Needleworm, and Acid Crawler to Larva of Moth. If you have any of those 5 monsters, you can actually start to create Perfectly Ultimate Great Moth. I also have a few traps. Now, here's the Mermaid. I did show off. I didn't see over to what it does. It spellbinds an enemy for 1 turn and reduces its strength by 500 points. Spellbind means it can't do anything. Infinite Dismissal doesn't have any special effect, except it spellbinds them for 3 turns. So it doesn't weaken them, but it stops them from doing anything for 3 turns, and I have a couple of those. Bad Reaction Smoochie, it is a permanent trap, so it doesn't go away once it's activated. That triggers against life point recovery and reduces enemies' life points by the same amount. I did that because Weevil does a lot of healing. He actually is where I got the Goblin Secret Remedy. That's his thing. So, block attack. If you try to move a card in attack position, it cancels the movement and ends that card's turn. Negate attack stops an attack from a enemy and cancels the attack entirely and ends that card's turn. So that's the cards we have here. Just a bunch of throwaways with my primary attackers and up to 3 Perfectly Ultimate Great Moths, if I can get it off. And as long as Orion... if I have an Orion that's battling, he can battle and build up the power of the Orion that's my leader. So that also works. You see I've beaten him 15 times. I actually got lucky that was as few times as it took me to get the cards I wanted from him. So we're going to come down here, and we're going to fight Rex Raptor. Rose Duelist, I'm not impressed. In fact, I'll crush you to a pulp with my dinosaur deck. He has like 900, his deck cost is 960, it's pretty high. Now his deck, however, is very aggressive, so I've got to be prepared, and I've got to mill the deck fast. Alright, so we're going to see what we drew. Block attack is not a bad card to start with. I don't need any of these. Garvis is not going to help me here, so I'm just going to burn through and get rid of everything. Hello, Dark Witch. Goodbye, Dark Witch. That's right, you became Necrogal. Goodbye. Now, block attack, it says, it's hard to read it because it's kind of fuzzy, but it says trap full range, so it doesn't matter where this is, but I'm going to just move it over here to have it going. Now, he's going to stay dead center. He just fused his whole hand to get rid of it. Oh, no. Oh, no. He just did that. That's not good. Okay, I'm going to want to go the other way because I don't want to be anywhere close to that card. Okay, well I drew my 2 defensive abilities, but I don't want those yet. Or I threw 2 power-ups. I'm gonna have to power up the same thing twice, I think. I'll have to summon Judgment Hand just to get rid of it. See, he's highly aggressive. It's not giving me anything. That sucks. Okay, let's put Bright Castle over here. I'm just gonna slide it up to the side. Oh, great. Okay, good. He's gonna stay there. That's fine. Let's get Punished Eagle out here. Oh, I have the effects turned off. I forgot about that. I probably should have turned them back on for this. I definitely turned on Abbreviate when I was soloing this, just burning, and why did he just set that down? Ah! Oh, shoot. That was an accident. I'm trying to bring up options. Options is L1. I don't know why. Okay, yeah. Yeah, options is L1. That was stupid of me. Okay. I don't know why he's still coming after Punished Eagle. That's kind of concerning. I'm gonna do this in order to protect Punished Eagle with his own native stance. Actually, you know what? I need this to be in front of me. Okay, good, good. Air Knight Partian, that's actually what I wanted. See, and it's gonna get hit. He's gonna hit Bright Castle, and the arrows are gonna hit him. Like that. Now I need him in front of me, and I need to move over. I'll just move this out of the way, it doesn't matter where that's sitting. Looks like Punished Eagle is going to hold them off there, so that's good. He's usually more aggressive than this, but I think Punished Eagle, you know, bit his nose, so... Okay, shit again, that's good. Alright, so I'm about to get rid of... I don't need Negate Attack. I don't need Negate Dismiss either. But Negate Attack I can still place and let it move, so I'm going to do this. I'm just going to go all in on powering up Parshith. Move Parshith forward, and I'm going to destroy Hoshinigan by moving on top of it, because I don't need it anymore. It did its job. I'm going to move Smoochie over here just to kind of block that way. Alright. I mean, if he's just okay sitting there doing nothing, I'm not going to argue with him. Okay, I have 2 cocoons, but no larva to put into them. That kind of sucks. Alright. Hold up, I need to actually put this down over here. Let's put it... Hold up, have I moved yet? I have not. Oh, because I moved. Alright. It's fine. Get rid of all this. Just drop down the cocoon for now. Alright. So did I get a larva? That's the question. No. Did get winged shrimper though. Okay, that's fine. Get rid of you. drop that in. Don't need the healing right now. Low punish shield. Don't care. Don't ask me why I put it in defense mode. Alright, so now I just need my worms and the third cocoon. Fortunately, decking out's not a thing. It's, you don't have to worry about running out of deck. I'm very happy I don't, because, yeah. I got all my cocoons and not a single worm. Still not a single worm. I only have 9 cards left. I better find a worm in here somewhere. There's still another Orion I haven't even run into yet, so... I technically could have started attacking them, but I'd rather be safe. There they are. Start with the one right behind me. Gives me 3 monsters. Flip that over to Larva Moth. See, I play the long game. There's my needle worm. I'm gonna move Air Knight forward just to keep myself, give myself a space to place down the card. Plus, he might actually attack Air Knight, although if the computer's been paying attention to how much he's been buffed, I highly doubt it. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to flip Larva Moth. What am I doing? Still didn't draw the last one. Okay, well, just because I can, I'm gonna put these together. Is that Winged Egg? Oh, Winged Egg is terrible. And there's Punished Eagle. Goodbye, Punished Eagle. Goodbye, Orion. 2 cards. Last 2 cards. I hate that. I really do. But the last part of my strategy actually required me to pull all of my deck. Yep, there it is. Petite Moth. Alright. Now then, the last larva flipped. I will begin my assault. 1 turn at a time. I'm going to keep Punished Eagle here to defend that. Curious why he didn't attack. I'm actually wondering if I need to keep a Moth. I'm gonna give it a turn, actually. I actually give it 2 turns. I want to use Perfect Little Great Moth to see what that card is. It's a little trick you can do. If you have an attack or an ability that hits all enemies, like all of their monsters, like what Perfect Little Great Moth does, you can use it to kind of cheese and see what are monsters and what are magic or traps. That's not a monster. Okay. Okay. Okay, it was just a regular trap too, or a regular spell card, I guess. Probably a buff. Two-headed Rex King, huh? Oh, I forgot to turn that on again. Oh. Aha! Aha! He's like, nah, I'm good. This music's good, by the way. Music in this game is actually really good. That is a monster, okay. And see, I have 2 that hit him, and then... This is why this is mean. Oh, how mean this is. So I have 3 perfectly ultimate Great Moth now. So let's see what Air Knight Parshith does. Aside from destroy him. Oh, they're in the wasteland. It died. I'm gonna skip that now. Practical. It wasn't very practical. Not very practical at all. So, which way you going there, buddy? You gonna go through where my eagle's at? Actually, if I chase him down, I'll just have the moth kill him. Like this moth right here, I'll just have him kill him. You know what? I think I will have this moth kill him. Another 2-headed Rex King. I guess I should let it play through so we see his victory animation too. Alright, Air Knight, go ahead and do it. Yeah, about what I expected. The funny part about this is that technically I only have 1 attacker in this, but the perfect ultimate Great Moths could very well destroy them on their own. I mean, each of them are 3500s, and that's without buffs. And if I'm only attacking with 1, I can constantly have the others debuff everything. I'm just going to go ahead and skip that one. I'm going to manually skip the attacks. That way, if there's one we haven't seen before, I can let that play out. Oh, you actually powered that one up. Are you going to be able to kill Air Knight? Can you do it? No, you can't. You had to defend. Come on, you should give something for the moth to fight. Urube. Let's see what Urube looks like. Well, it looks about what I expected. It looks dead. It is very dead. Oh no, I killed the Velociraptor. Bye, Urube. What you gonna do now, buddy? I kind of want to make him fight, place something here so I can fight with the moth. Then just pin him in. I think I will do that, actually. Game. Game. So this is a direct attack. Doesn't have an animation, sadly. He just, like, ran into the moth and said, "Kill me!" That's funny. And of course we have the graveyard slots. I don't care about any of those. I have no intention of doing anything with them. However, I will check my deck because... So, I don't know what the conditions are of it myself. I think it's how many duels you've beaten. Hold up. What? Me? Lose? I don't believe it! I don't even know that guy's voice in the anime. I haven't watched the anime in so long. But there is a function in the deck menu that is... special. It's how I got bad reaction to Smoochie. I'm gonna see if it's active. Okay, it's not. So, under the little deck list here, where it says exit at with a circle button, if that says reincarnation, you have the ability to click, I think it's the R3 if I remember correctly, click R3 in, and it lets you select to reincarnate that card. So it destroys the card you're selecting, but it causes that card to become 3 new cards. So you lose 1, gain 3. And they're random. They're completely random. Well, I say completely random. I think the card you use actually has something to do with that, but I don't know how the function is, sadly. I've never gotten used to it. It's a random system as far as I'm concerned, because I've never had anything good to reincarnate with it. But we're going to go ahead and save the game. And that is going to do it for now. This deck is going to carry us quite a bit further than I would think, but it worked for me the first time I played the game. It will work for me again. Also, as a note, we have Necromancer has come up. Darkness Ruler. I think he actually has a different name in... What is his name? Pain? In the anime? Isn't he the guy with the big cuffs? I don't know. Keith. Bandit Keith, of course. And Pegasus Crawford, who is like just here. You can kind of see what area they have too. Like, this is Wasteland, this is also Wasteland, because Bandit Keith uses machines. This is Toon. Toon has its own thing. I actually like his field. His field's really cool. Once you've beaten an area, in fact, I believe it's the triangle button. Yeah, once you've beaten an area, you can see what their map looks like. You have to have beaten them first, though. So you see he has 46 forests, and he has 34 wasteland and 15 walls, like labyrinth. Yeah, we can't see what Pegasus is because we haven't fought him, and he has 1,000 for his deck cost. Like, their deck costs are really high, except for Necromancer. Necromancer is a hard one. If you're using a base deck, you can't fight him normally. You have to have made a better deck with a lower cost. That is one of the reasons I use Perfect Ultimate Great Moth, because its deck cost is very low. As long as you have enough time to build it up, it's a very strong monster for a very minimal cost. But anyway, that's going to do it for now. When we come back, we'll be taking on somebody. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe we'll go ahead and fight Necromancer to get rid of him. But until then, we hope to see you again. Later!